It is my privilege to present the following program that was inspired by the way American businesses and organizations have responded to the events of September 11th. It's part of a special series produced by Heartbeat of America. Having served in the United States Navy for many years, I fully appreciate the important role small and middle-sized businesses play in the very fabric of our country, and I salute the professionals who lead these companies and thus keep America strong. They are the very backbone of our free enterprise system, and today on this program, you will meet the individuals behind one such organization. I'll be back later in the program to introduce the Keeping America Strong Award. And now, let's learn more about the organization we are honoring today.
Today, the eyes and ears of the 21st century are focused on new developments, new technologies, new emerging companies. We're on the scene to bring it to you as it happens.
We anchor from our new studios in Los Angeles and then go out all over America to get to the heart of the story.
I'm Bert Senzer.
I'm Bella Shaw.
I'm Doug Llewellyn.
And I'm William Shatner, and this is Heartbeat of America. Since 2001, our television series has been featuring entrepreneurial companies that move our country and our economy forward. Standing by at our studios in Los Angeles is one such company. Welcome. Good to have you with us. All right, let's begin by telling me what you do and who benefits from it.
My company, focused on innovation, produces a web-based software application called eSURETY. eSURETY is designed to help surety companies manage their risk, reduce costs, and to help the agents have an easier and more pleasant experience with the insurance company.
Now, stay with us. There's more to come.
Thanks very much, William. Now, I'm Doug Llewellyn here in our studios in Los Angeles with our guest, who happens to be the president and the CEO of a company called Focus on Innovation. They are a producer of software, very unique software indeed, and we're about to find out how it's used. Let me formally introduce him to you. His name is Dan Buckles. By the way, the company is headquartered in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Got that right, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. All right, you talk about this being used in bonds, with bonds. What are the bonds you're talking, these surety bonds, and how are they used?
Surety bonds are simply a financial guarantee. It's where somebody is going to provide a product or service to a state or a municipality that is requiring a large expenditure of money or have a risk of loss. And what the bond companies do is they guarantee that this product or service will in fact be provided.
Well, then when it comes to the bonds, who issues them?
The bond is issued by the surety company. If a contractor is going to lay asphalt for a highway,
right,
they're going to expend a large sum of money. And the state wants to make sure, or the county, that the contractor doesn't abscond with that money. So they want that money held in trust. And rather than having the contractor hold that money in trust, he will go to a surety company and ask them to financially guarantee it. They will look at his background, his assets, and decide whether he has the capacity and the credibility to be able to do this job. And if he does, for a fee that they will then financially guarantee to the state, that money, should he abscond, will be repaid back to the state.
And we're talking about bonds that represent a lot of money, aren't we?
Yes, we are. They can represent anything from hundreds of millions of dollars for a road construction or a dam or a power plant to just a few dollars, because it could be a license and permit bond for a notary bond, where it's just a few $1,000s and perhaps the bond would cost $25.
Interesting. So when you look at the whole picture, who are the players involved then?
The players that the software really provides a tool set for are not only the carriers, the underwriters at the carriers, but it's also their agents, and of course reinsurers. And reinsurers are a risk-sharing partner with the carriers. The carrier and the agent work together to go and find the applicant for the bond, and the reinsurer helps to underwrite the risk.
So what are the big problems then involved in this whole arena of obtaining the bonds?
The bonds, since you're dealing with every municipality and every state, has each state has their own requirements. Each county has their own requirements. So there are an enormous number of forms and paperwork and requirements. And traditionally, this has all been done manually. You will have the agent in the local area that will solicit the business. You'll have the carrier who needs to be licensed in that state, will need to file rates and have to have all the forms and make sure the forms are properly filed so everything is on record. And it's all been done traditionally manually. What our software does, it provides tools to help underwrite the process, store that information electronically so people can access it anywhere at any time from anywhere that they're at, and also allows that the agent has a pleasant, easy experience in being able to apply for the bond, manage renewals, address changes, things of this nature, and eliminate a lot of the manual processing.
In effect, is it all the forms that are necessary? You have the lines where you fill in the spaces that are appropriate for whatever it might be, and then eventually it spits out the bond itself?
Well,
or the application for the bond?
Yes. In effect, what is happening is that traditionally the agent will have to type up all of this paperwork, right, or send the application into the surety. They have to FedEx it in because everybody's always in a hurry. The surety will get that information, do their underwriting, approve it, send it back to get a signature and collect payment, and then the agent has to FedEx it back. And that process can take up to a week or two, depending. With our system, what the surety does, it pre-configures the bonds. They already know the bonds that they're going to offer for sale. They make sure it's rated properly. They make sure all the forms are in there so that the agent, when they go to apply for the bond, once that bond is applied for online and approved, all of the forms and documentation are automatically printed for them. So they no longer have to be forms experts. They just have to have the relationship with the principal and with the carrier, apply for it, and everything else is taken care of for them. It's easy and convenient for them.
You really simplify the process.
Yes, we do.
And who are your customers?
Our customers are the carriers themselves. The carriers
you're talking about insurance companies.
Yes, they're surety companies, and they're typically subsidiaries of large property and casualty insurance companies, and many times there's many independent sureties as well. But our customer, our market space, is the carrier because they need to underwrite, they need to have efficient operations, they need to provide a method for their agents, which is their distribution channel, to be able to apply for and manage their bond sets easily. And of course, they always have their reinsurance partners where they want to be able to provide them visibility to exactly what bonds are they underwriting, what rules were they underwritten by, and be able to verify that. And
does this apply to all kinds of bonds?
It applies to contract bonds, license and permit bonds, fidelity bonds, ERISA bonds. There's tens of thousands of bonds, and they typically fit into the category of contract and license and permit fidelity.
What are the big advantages, other than the fact that it has all of these different categories covered? I guess the main one is internet-based. Is that right?
That's correct. With eSurety, what the carrier now experiences, rather than this manual processing, the agent and the internal users are simply using a web browser. So all of that information, no matter where they're at, they can get to that information from just that web browser. You don't have to go into people's desks anymore, where you had acres and acres of file cabinets are out there with different file folders with bond information and history that are subject to misfilings and just large paper space. All of that is available. It's stored electronically, can be searched electronically, can be accessed via the internet, and it's all very secure. It's within the carrier's trusted network, given proper access. And so it has become very much a new platform, a new technology, but practicing their standard, tried and true principles, utilizing the standard tools, but on this new platform.
And is it specific for each state? I mean, does it vary from locale to locale?
Well, the bond requirements do. Some of them could be, 80 or 90% of the questions can be the same, but they all have their unique nature. And with our system, we're able to, when you do the configurations, provide those tools that you can copy one configuration to another and just simply change some of those parameters that are unique in that instance. But how you access it is uniform. No longer do you have to have regional offices that are managing local agents, and there are things called powers of attorney that allow the agent to act on behalf to commit the surety company, and many times those are done manually. And eSurety, since it's an internet-based system, you no longer have to have all of these manual processes. These agencies and what the companies experience is that this one system, you have one net that covers the whole country. You no longer have to have all of these regional offices supporting all of these agencies.
Yeah, this is really interesting. One wonders if a company could create this kind of thing on their own. Do they?
That's a good question, because that is our biggest competition. The internally developed systems from these companies, they spend many more dollars than what our system costs, but they're doing it from their unique perspective. They have their tools and their abilities, and from that perspective, they create a tool. Our perspective has always been we need to address the whole marketplace. We have input and ideas and criticism and kudos coming in from the entire industry that we bake into our system. So it's really best of breed. Where their internally based systems, not only are they spending their internal resource dollars doing something that is commercially available, they also take their best bond people and use their creativity to create a tool for themselves, but where their talents could best be used in growing their business and managing their risk. And that just, with a commercial-based system, you just implement it, and you let the bond department be creative about how do I manage my risk, improve my profitability, and attract more agents and satisfy those agents' needs.
And is it constantly being changed and upgraded?
Absolutely.
I mean, there are changes required and necessary.
Well, one of the things that we do is that we have designed the system so that the bond department is in control of their own business destiny. So they can ask any question that they want, change things. But I think more importantly, as they find new functions or features that they would like to see within the system, that's the greatest compliment that they can pay to us, is say, I wish the system could do this. And we implement those ideas. And that's where those ideas coming across from the whole industry community really makes eSurety a fast-growing standard within the industry. We are a tool. Just like a chisel is a tool for a sculptor, how you use that tool. If you give me a chisel and a piece of rock, I'm going to create a sculpture that's not very good. But you give it to Michelangelo, and it's going to be something that's beautiful. And eSurety is nothing more than a tool. And give that tool to your underwriters and your agents and your reinsurers to be able to go and create that type of business model that best suits your company and your management style.
What about ease of use? Is it easy to use, or do you have to just take a lot of training to learn how to make it work?
One of the biggest compliments that I take a lot of pleasure in is that when a carrier implements this system and they go to train their agents, the agents have been subjected to every surety has the latest, greatest, best new system that's out there, and they always get down in the dumps. And invariably, when they show them eSurety, because we designed this with the agent in mind. Okay, we surveyed the agents, what do you want? And when they actually start to train it, in literally under 5 minutes, these agents are smiling from ear to ear, because it's simply doing what they need to be done. They want to apply for a bond. They want to be able to understand where that bond has been accepted or approved. They want to be able to print out the documentation and service their customer. And they want to be able to manage their book of business. What's up for renewal? How do I take this information, that all these transactions I've done with this surety, load it into my back-end accounting system, get reports, and be able to manage my business? All of that is baked into the system. And they just smile from ear to ear, which gives me a great sense of accomplishment.
So the feedback you get, obviously, it sounds like it's very good.
Yes, it is.
Totally positive.
We love it. And where it isn't, we learn from it.
Obviously.
Because we're not perfect. None of us are going to be perfect. And that's where, when we hear people say, I wish it could do this, we take it very seriously.
And it's known as eSurety.
Yes.
That's the name. Very, very interesting indeed. We'll be back with more with the story of this unique software, eSurety, and we'll do that in just a moment.
We have been watching the operations of an organization which is doing its part to keep America strong, and we've been learning from its leaders about what they're doing to help move our country forward. This organization represents companies across our great nation that embody the spirit, dedication, know-how, and can-do attitude which has made America the great nation it is today. And now let's present the Keeping America Strong Award.
Now it's my honor to present this prestigious award to Dan Buckles, the president and CEO of Focus on Innovation, for the outstanding work that his company is doing to help keep America strong. Dan, it's a real pleasure to present this to you. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Doug. It's quite an honor to receive this, and I accept it on behalf of our employees who really they've been with us a long time and really make the company happen. And more importantly, for our customers who've had the faith and take that step forward to share their ideas and share their experiences with us, help educate us on how we can help them. and to help me be able to build a company that is just a pleasure to come into every day. So thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much again.
Congratulations for earning the Keeping America Strong Award, which honors innovators and leaders like you who are the heartbeat of America.
For more information on this company's product, visit their website. It's e-SURETY.net.
I'm William Shatner. Thanks for watching.